vagina steaming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting
Yeah.
over, sitting over a tea kettle.
I got invited to
You
go to
sitting over a
that.
tea kettle.
I got invited by a very good friend of mine to go and do one of those steaming sessions. I declined. I just,
Really?
Yeah, I just.
Does it scrape away all
Why
the
your
wholeness
hair
that you
pop
had?
out like that?
I mean, it would have been interesting to kind of.
What does it get rid of? All the
I don't
Look it
know.
up.
all the past
Look,
people.
Is that what it is?
I don't
know.
think that's
To get rid of the
get rid
ghosts.
of the past. So vaginal steaming is holding a seance for your coochie. What was that?
let me get this dude out of me. I don't need no remnants of this dude.
Actually, I think there were some women that say that
Can men do the same thing?
That's something.
they would have to.
I don't know, man. What you gonna do?
Now somehow I don't think y'all gonna get resurfaced.
I don't want to resurfacing of myself.
That sounds like it'll hurt.
That dude was
Exactly.
like men steaming. What you?
Man, yeah, there's got to be a male version of that. It's got to.
Probably
That just
not.
sounds
It's a
painful.
little sensitive. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's a. Yeah, hey, the,
You can't even think.
the vagina was made to take a beating, so we can. We can
Okay.
put up with a lot more stuff than you guys can. You guys are wussies.
No,
What?
we're not. We don't. We're not, no,
It's
you
so
can't say
sensitive.
Here we go. Here we
Let
go.
me come at you with a diamond scrub. Tell us something. Let me resurface your.
that. A diamond scrub.
Why would you take a diamond scrub?
Well, women use diamond scrubs on their face, but you wouldn't. You know.
Okay, what we talking about? Two different organs.
Well, I'm just saying that we use things that you guys would never use.
So y'all do a diamond scrub and a
on our faces.
pearl facial. Why is everything references
What's
to
a
those,
pearl facial?
those
Right.
things? You get a pearl necklace and a diamond scrub.
Like the platinum plan.
You know what else wasn't popular 10 years ago?
Yanni pearls.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is what else wasn't popular 10 years ago. Men with weave. The beards.
True.
The-
True.
you know what I'm saying?
The lace
Yeah.
front.
10 years,
the lace front
Men
thing.
going all out.
I don't
Yeah.
know about the weave part. I kind of question the
A
weave,
certain
but the,
segment of population
but
were.
They
the
always-
lace front and the I don't
That's
think
different.
That was.
Yeah, the toupees, that was, that's what they were called.
The
But
two,
having
you knew what the
like she
toupees
said,
were,
the-
but I'm talking about the full,
Yeah, the
You
full.
bald and you gonna come back with a full head of hair.
lace front.
honestly, I was going to try that one time and come home and see what she said.
You should, man.
That'll freak somebody out.
That wasn't popular.
And now, I'm a different type of woman, babe. So you know that may not necessarily, it may not be the standard response that you might get from another woman. Because even when we got engaged, when he popped the question, I did the stanky leg. I ain't
Oh,
cry.
my gosh.
I ain't fall out or nothing like that. I was like, hey.
Hold on. First of all, when she let me get a chance to propose,
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
I ain't never seen that.
It's coming up on 2 years of the proposal, right?
Yeah, it is. But it's just like, she did not let me get it all out.
This is true.
Are you? I was like, would you shut up?
Let
me
do what
finish.
I'm doing.
There's something else that might not have been popular maybe 10, 15 years ago.
What's that?
Women proposing.
Very much so. Yeah, I'm still not with it.
Women,
Really?
I'm still
Some
not
women
with
drop down to the knee.
it. I'm still not with it.
Actually, now I would be more lenient to that versus them constantly talking about, oh, my ring size. This is what and just kind of like badgering a person. Because there's a lot of factors that I feel that are not put in consideration in regards to you constantly, saying, well, what about my ring? What about my ring? Because sometimes you have women that will do that because their friends or family or somebody else in their circle is getting married. Now they feel it's my time. Not the fact that they're ready.
Right.
Let's totally forget about that
true.
part.
Yeah.
And additionally, the man buy the ring, right? Sometimes it takes him a while to get the funds to buy the ring that you want. But the more and more you rush them, okay, you're going to, all right, here's some ice.
You get what I can afford.
Right. At this time, all right, right now, this is all you can get. You want it so bad, there you go. Happy Hanukkah.
I do miss those days where it was, the guys that proposed. I like the whole pomp and circumstance of the whole thing.
When the women let them.
Whatever.
You know why? You know why she loved that? Because women have the power. He go through all of that to ask her question. She go, no.
Oh
It's not-
man,
it wasn't the power. It
That's
was
the.
the.
I mean, it's the power.
Some
It's
of
the,
them
it's
do.
the
But
But
power.
I'm not tripping off the power. Is what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is that feeling. Some people still desire that feeling of not just finding the right mate or being the right mate for someone, but knowing that someone sees the same in you, and responding. And I'm talking about a man proposing to a woman, and then that idea or the feeling. I'm going to speak from my experience with Hershey. I've been married before, so
What?
of course it was. You always do that whenever I say that. So we'll speak about my experience with Hershey. When the proposal came, although I was still doing a stanky leg and things of that nature, that overall feeling of knowing that someone chose you, that the guy chose you, I think every woman deserves to feel that way. If a woman chooses a man, that's fine, but he might say, yeah, not really ready.
but that's the same thing for the woman. That's a fear factor. I ain't gonna lie. That was a huge fear factor of mine to sit here and think like everything is going so well, everything's going so good. I had this ring. I was ready. Let's do this. All right, now it took me, I don't know how long to get the strength to muster up to ask her, and then you put it all out there,
She go, no. Oh, we need to talk. What?
or you make this whole production. You got family everywhere.
Everybody.
You went and hired the blimp to come over here and just do donuts in the air. You got a horse that's going to sit there and talk to you. You come up with this whole
game.
scenario.
Wow.
You hit the game on the Megatron. Did all this.
Exactly. You asked Michael Jordan himself
Wow.
to come over.
You got Luther Vandross from the grave to come serenade.
Man.
House is
that's
not a
funny you should
home.
say the serenade, because I actually thought that's how Hershey would have done the proposal. Because he knows so many independent artists.
Oh, see, yeah.
I thought he was gonna.
You didn't do it the way I wanted to. So
Nope,
I said,
I did not say that at all. I was very surprised when it happened and very pleased.
So
well, you asked twice, though. I mean, if they say no, do you go back for another time and
I
a
would
later date?
I would not.
let's just say I originally planned that. Somebody bogarted it.
Somebody bogart.
I never told you that.
Oh! Right after the front page, we're gonna break it down. What do you mean by this?
That's a private conversation.
Oh, sweat.
So there was a lot of things I, was trying to work things out. Plus, we were dealing with some situations.
The way my bank account is set up.
Right.
One last thing. You know what else that was not 10 years ago that is now? Same-sex marriages.
Yep.
It wasn't legalized 10
Well,
years ago.
yeah, that's
true.
correct.
It wasn't legalized 10 years
Partnerships
ago.
existed, but marriage.
And
yeah,
certain
yeah.
states are still not, right?
No, it's all 50 states. It's all
It's all
legal-
50 now?
Legal in
Supreme
all
Court.
50 states
Yep.
in 2015.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe it's been some good things that have changed.
Absolutely. People have a way of, expressing their loves in different way. They can do it openly and not have to hide anymore, regardless of whether it be. But polygamy, however, is still illegal.
Polygamy,
Yeah, polygamy
Everything
still
else is going.
illegal.
Polygamy is
Everybody
still
else can
illegal.
express their love the way they want to, but don't take on more than one partner.
you know,
In the states.
it's two groups mad about what they can't do.
Uh-oh.
Polygamy is one, and what NAMBLA? Ain't it what NAMBLA?
What?
Yeah, the National Man Boy Love Association.
I don't know nothing about that.
Hey man, I
Yeah.
got to be up on all this stuff.
No, I
Like
don't.
they want to get that recognized in the
Yeah.
No,
DM4.
sir.
DM4.
With children and stuff? Yeah, nah.
No.
Nah.
That's no.
Nah.
They pissed off.
Nah. Won't be no color purple moments around here.
Okay, Cornelius. Time to bring in your favorite show. Sir.
Right. It is time for your midweek reflection time. Time for you to get refocused and recentered and get in tune with the front page with Vasir Serrano. Hump days.
What's up, fam? It's a little bit of news for you. Just a little bit of news today. So people are really upset with Ice Cube.
What?
Yeah, they're really upset with Ice Cube.
Not Cube.
Yeah.
I like cubes.
I think it's interesting, personally. The reason why they're upset is they're saying or people believe that Ice Cube is helping Trump admin develop the Platinum Plan. Now, if you remember the Platinum Plan, there's been a lot of discussion about it, but it promises, it's Trump's promise to increase access to capital in black communities by almost $500 billion by creating 500,000 black-owned businesses and 3 million new jobs for the black community, as well as access to better education, job training. It also pledges to strengthen Trump's immigration and policing policies in order to protect jobs and communities. Sounds like a good idea. Well, people are upset with Ice Cube because they feel as though he has turned his back on the black community by advising the Trump campaign regarding his contract with Black America. They call it CWBA. The way it goes is he wants everybody to know that he is helping the Trump administration propose the Platinum Plan for the black community after a White House advisor thanked him and his willingness to step up and work with President Trump on Twitter.
He was used.
Well, that's what a lot of people are saying. They feel as though that he was used, but I kind of agree with what he says. And I'm going to liken this to when Steve Harvey went and sat with Trump, and everybody talked so badly about him doing that, but the point is, at some point, there has to be a time when we get to sit at the table and have these discussions. Somebody has to have these discussions. And although it did not work out, in Steve's favor, and it felt like after, Trump just wanted a black person of, I guess, some status seen, he really wasn't planning to do anything. Steve, I do believe, came out and said that he did feel as though that Trump just used his presence. But however, his intent was pure in going to talk to him, and maybe if he was able to give him a perspective from the black person's perspective, what we're considering or what we have to deal with, then maybe he could use it as some leverage. Okay, that was back then with Steve Harvey. Now with Ice Cube, he's saying the contract with Black America is something that he wanted to express and give them the idea, because he wasn't hearing anything from either side about what their black agenda was. So Ice Cube came up with this, and that contract says the problems facing America are too deep and wide to simply reform one area or another. We need long-lasting solutions, demand a comprehensive, thorough rethink of America so that each new approach and each area supports the success of others. The contract actually provides conceptual approaches in several areas, which goes on to detail 13 different areas of improvement, including black lending, prison reform, police reform, and the elimination of all Confederate monuments. So Ice Cube had a plan. What happened was the Democrat and the Republican Party reached out to him. When he spoke with the Democratic Party, they decided that they weren't going to try to hear him until after the election. Where the Republican Party did not do that. They stepped up and opened up and invited him the opportunity to contribute. So he did. So to me, I think that he was going with the right mindset and trying to get our voice heard. I don't think he was selling out, but he, people are really upset with him, saying that one Twitter user said they were really upset and said they felt as though that he was working with the dark side. And Ice Cube's response to that was, every side is the dark side for us here in America. Sure. They're all the same until something changes for us. They all lie, they all cheat, but we can't afford not to negotiate with whoever is in power, or our condition in this country will never change. Our justice is bipartisan.
That sounds very nice. 2 points I'm going to make. First point is you can't go from the creator of F the Police and then you sit with the man who say he's the law and order person who has publicly said things and done things to be even more detrimental to your community. You can't. I agree with having a seat at the table, getting your voice heard. I'm all fine with that if that's what you're planning to do. But at this time and juncture, when you sat with him and he refused to denounce one of the biggest problems our country had.
This didn't just happen.
Well, I'm just saying, but you knew who he was for 4 years. You knew what he's been doing since he took office. You didn't have to do that then. You could have waited to after the election to have this seat because he's not going to do anything right now.
Well, I mean, whether he was going to do something or not, let's be real about it. Even though Ice Cube has, went with what I think was the greatest intentions to try to be heard and at least try to provide some perspective, they probably cherry picked whatever they wanted to use. They didn't take the whole plan into effect. They just used bits and pieces.
Same way they did
and
with
probably
Steve
just
Harvey.
in wording, not necessarily in promise.
Your
Let's be real
grandmama
about
told
it.
you a long time ago about the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
I mean, I can honestly see where Vassir could, come up with that because I think he did it with the greatest intentions. However, with the example of Steve Harvey trying it, and he sees, and then we all see his real intent, I think it should have stopped right there because
It should have. You saw what
already
Steve
know
Harvey
what
did.
he-
You saw
you know
how he
what
made
he's about.
Kanye. You know how he made Kanye look. I mean, it
Kanye
wasn't like
made
you the
himself
first.
look like that.
I mean, but part of Kanye went in for you saw those things happening. So don't sit there and go, well, I'm just doing it. You did it for the right reasons. Your timing was completely off.
Well, I mean, how can you have bad timing? And
Real
understand
easy.
what I'm saying is how can you have how can it be considered bad timing? Because plain and simple is like if there is an opportunity, whenever that opportunity comes, to sit even at the table of your enemies and still speak, then you got to take the opportunity to just turn your back and say, no, this is not the time. Who knows if the time will ever come again? So I don't really. I kind of feel.
So think about all those black ministers who was invited to the White House over the 4 years, and a lot of them turned it down. They said because you don't really stand for what we're about.
Right.
You don't really stand for it. So you got to
And
take a
your
stance.
attention was
Yeah.
not.
So you got to do that. And so it's not like he didn't have examples of it. Like I said, him wanting to do it and say, "Hey, both parties are dark." I agree with that. The timing was completely off.
Hey.
Like I said, when we had the chance, him and Puffy, I respect him as artists and all that, but as political affiliates, I don't have a lot because they waited until the last minute when we had a candidate to start saying we need to do this with the black vote. When you had the whole time, when we had the whole primaries, you could have said something. You could have. Where were you speaking up then? Don't wait till the last
You're not
hour.
recognizing the fact that both parties had the option of opening the door for this conversation, and I'm voting Democrat. I'm just gonna tell you like it is.
Yeah.
I'm voting Democrat, so I'm not tripping. But if he has this and he's going to both parties, and one is saying, "Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold until after the election," and the next one is saying, the door is open for right now.
It
If you
wasn't
wanna
like he
push
was
your
going to
agenda-
members of Congress asking them who actually can make the laws. So if he were doing it for that, so if he
That-
went to
that
members
might
of
be
Congress,
different.
then I'd been like, you did it for the right reason.
might be
but
different.
you went during the presidential election year, and the end party, I don't blame the Democrat for saying we're gonna wait to see if we get in. I don't blame that because that's what we need to see. I can't make you promises in case we don't get in. Then it's bad. But if he'd have went to Congress and said, hey, this is what I want you to do through Congress. This is who's going to pass the laws and the bills. Then you got a point. But you were doing it for the same opposite everything.
But
Good intentions, just wrong time.
Yeah, I guess I'm a firm believer in, like the Battle of Jericho, right? What brought down the wall of Jericho? They walked around it several times and then they shouted for the wall to fall, right? And so if every opportunity that someone gets to breach that doorway, even if all of the the intentions are good and it falls upon deaf ears, I just look at it as one more voice in the shout against the wall of Jericho. So
Okay, they've been shouting. We've been shouting since before 1965.
I think every little bit helps.
Like I said, I applaud him for the plan he wanted to do and the things he talked about. I do. I just said because you saw Steve Harvey do it.
Yeah.
You saw other people do the same thing, and you've seen the result we've seen for the last 4 years.
But I still think it's pushing it a little far to say that he's sleeping with the enemy because he tried.
Well, you don't look for Ice Cube as the political or the civil rights movement leader.
Right. You don't.
That ain't
But
your
that don't
lane.
mean he doesn't have a voice or a
No,
plan.
he has the voice, he has the platform, and I'm glad he's using it. But yeah, if he did went to, like I said, Congress, because you know who passing the laws.
Speaking of laws, this really ticked me off when I saw this. Some states overpaid coronavirus unemployment insurance, and now workers will have to repay their benefits.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
You only got $1,200. How you overpay?
No, that was the stimulus
Oh.
check, right? Unemployment.
Oh, the $600 that they were giving people a week.
Unemployment, yeah. So some states overpaid people the unemployment benefits, their own error. There are people out here who don't even know that the error was made. And so it says hundreds of thousands of workers who received unemployment benefits through the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program are on the hook to repay some of the money they've received since March. Some of the states affected of North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Texas are just among the many asking for refunds of unemployment payments after determining that they overpaid some workers. That's crazy to me.
They've been doing that though. It's just really, really bad. Well, we were talking about timing. It's really bad timing now because it's gonna hit people in so many different ways. Where that it might be a little $600. That's what they thinking, but that could be a world of different in somebody's household.
Absolutely, and that's I think the reason why I'm pissed off the most is because here you have, and there's not much more to this story. Bottom line, that is what it is. People don't know whether they've been overpaid or not because in one state it was a glitch error. Clearly, it was human error.
Glitch.
Period. Across the board, it's human error, and so there are people out there that are expecting this money.
Right.
Now, and this is the only way they have to feed their family because they've lost their job due to the pandemic. And now you're telling them they've lost an income. Now they have to survive off what they're getting. Now they've adjusted their life to survive off of that. And now you're telling them that either they're going to have to pay it back or you're going to start taking the money out of the payments that you're giving them.
That you're getting right. Give us
Go ahead, Cornelius, because you look like you're about to explode.
You about to bust.
I mean, no, really. Because there was a situation, I'm not going to say it, but there was a situation that I was involved in, not myself, but a lot of people were involved in something very similar, where they gave you something and then they made you pay it back.
Yeah.
So it happens more times than not, and it was totally unfair to the people that it happened to, along with myself.
Yeah.
But it was totally unfair.
I ain't gonna lie.
It really was a violation of trust that you had with people.
I mean, I remember that one point in my transition coming from Chicago to here, I was unemployed for a second, and they did the same thing to me. It was like, oh, well, we think we overpaid you, so these next couple of checks. Now, the thing is fortunately, the job that I was working in Chicago, I was vested. So because of the merger, I still had money coming in. And, of course, there was no pandemic that was hitting that kind of caused the situation. So I was still good, but they do that all the time. Man.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Some workers most workers won't even know how much they owe. It depends on how much they received in benefits. And North Carolina are already docking unemployment benefit checks to make up for the overpayments.
Wow. It's kind of
crazy.
That should be dunce hat material.
Yeah. No kidding. Go ahead. You can give it a dunce.
Oh, you want to be them does?
No, that's for Cornelius' segment.
Oh.
I'm just saying you can. Well, there you go. Well, that is my front page.
What that last one was a heavy one.
That was heavy.
It's ridiculous.
You got Ice Cube. Black people are turning on Ice Cube.
Who would have thought?
But the great thing about it is people are taking their politics seriously. And the things you think who you're speaking for, you need to make sure you're speaking for them. And they're what they want to hear. I mean, because if they don't want to, if you're not speaking for them, you think you are. But obviously, people were very upset that you went and done this because they look at 45, not the political parties. They look at you talk to him. If it had been anybody else in the political party, let's say it had been George W. Bush, people would have been fine with it.
I don't think he went on saying he was talking for a nation or
no, but
a culture.
But he was talking about the things that need to happen for
Our community.
And so you're speaking for the community. Like I said, I don't think people have a problem with the political party. I think they have a problem with 45.
I appreciate him trying. Period.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and rag
trying,
him.
but,
Somebody posted about where he said in 2016 that he would never support Donald Trump, but I really don't think it's him trying to support Donald Trump. I think he's just trying to get information into the White House of the people who are currently making decisions so that we can have some change. I don't.
Funny how Just a few years ago, he said he would never support number 45, but yet still he's having a conversation with them.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I was just about back to the topic of the day.
Yeah.
Topic of the day, something. Yeah, people who are so pro-black in their music growing up, all of a sudden we're gonna have a conversation.
Things have changed.
Kanye West, George W. Bush don't like black people, and then he supports a president who really don't like black people.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same.
That's funny.
With
Is
Ice
it
Cube's
funny?
attempt.
It is. It's like not ha fun, but like that's funny.
Right. I get it. Well, thank you, Vasir.
You're quite welcome.
You're,
I'm glad I can stir the pot a little bit.
She's dirty. I'm an Ice Cube fan, man.
I'm still an Ice Cube fan.
I'm an Ice Cube fan.
I don't think he in no way was saying vote for Trump. He's just like, okay, well, who gonna write? Who got the power to write this? Okay, well, fine. If you're in the office and you got the power to write this is what you need to be writing.
Well, you need to. I understand, what he was trying to do. I applaud it, but I'm not gonna look for Ice Cube for political advice. Just like I'm not gonna go to Dr. Dre for medical advice. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Either one of the Dr. Dre, the one that was with Ed Lover or the one that's talented in music. I'm not doing that.
Cornelius, man, you gotta broaden your mind, man.
But that's why
they call him doctor for a reason.
I know, but that's why I'm glad people are out there taking part of the political process, voting. Even if people didn't like Ice Cube for what he did, I'm glad he's able to speak up. I'm glad people were able to speak up and say, no, I don't agree with it. Same way they did with Steve Harvey. No, even though you think you were doing a good job, you really weren't. You weren't. I mean, you went with the best intentions, and that's why the community forgave Steve Harvey. The community forgave him. Hey, you went with the best intentions. He came on and apologized. Hey, I apologize. I went for this reason here, and he ain't do none of that. I thought I would. Well, and they like, we could have told you if you'd have listened to anybody.
Somebody got to try. I mean, because I'm going to be honest with you. We can have crabs in a bucket mentality, and someone can have what might be a good idea, and we can pull each other back down. And I appreciate the fact that both of them tried. Whether it was going to rest on deaf ears or not, they tried. They shot their shot. It may not go over.
Shooting your shot is important, but it also depends on who you're shooting your shot with. I'm not going to shoot I mean, but what I mean by that is shooting your shot. I mean, I'm not going to shoot my shot with David Duke. I'm not going to talk about economic policies for minorities with David Duke or somebody of that nature because they don't have the intention. You got to have somebody who has that intention, who has shown that their heart is this intention. And number 45 hasn't. You can list a number of other Republican presidents that you could have went and done this stuff with.
Yeah, that's true.
Now all of a sudden we talk about the Democratic Party is the plantation. We've become so woke now. Where were you when you were woke 10 years ago? I mean, when you were hearing this stuff, you weren't. You was about making your money doing this stuff, the music. Now you're not on top of that now. So now you want to.
But people can mature. I mean,
I do agree with maturity. I agree
over
with
time.
that. We can mature, but let's be honest.
And perspectives, and
Not
become
today.
exposed to things that change your perspective about things as well. So, I mean, let's not. I don't think that his legacy with NWA and everything, he still stood for the same things. He just was trying to find a different way of getting that message across and trying to support his community the best way that he knew how. Nobody has the perfect plan.
Correct.
Not one person has the perfect plan.
None but respect for him.
Again, if the door opened and he had the opportunity to at least try to shoot his shot,
Yeah.
I respect the fact that he tried.
Just some
So-
respect.
That I don't believe that means he's in bed with the enemy.
Shout out to Sister Cypher. She said, "Yes, sister, I'm with you."
Thank you now. At least it tried. Bless him's heart.
Not him's hard.
Yay. That's what I said.
Hey, I still like that record. Well, I'm still a Cube fan. I mean, that didn't deter me whatsoever, honestly.
Kanye, on the other hand, I really think
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
That baby, bless him's heart.
Look, Kanye,
needs
you're my dog, but bro,
Hey, my dog.
you didn't. You really set yourself up to be kind of.
What you got going?
No, because I just really, I love the power of the internet. I do, because they were talking about back in June when Ice Cube was like, we need to hold the black vote hostage. That's what I was talking about. We need to hold the black vote hostage during this election until one of them do what they said they was going to do. You don't do that right before the election year. You've had 3-4 years to do that before that. And that's what I'm saying about the primary. So when I'm saying what he spoke to the Republican Party or Trump Party, I mean that part there. When you had the chance to bring yourself out to the issues, when you had 20,000 Democrats running for president, you had a chance in your platform then. Why your platform had to happen now
Right at
when
this
we're at
point.
the height of it? It didn't.
That
Your
was
timing
strategic.
was off, Mr. Ice Cube. I respect you. I mean, I'm a fan. I love from NWA to with Ride Along and everything else he done. You know what I'm saying? I love that. But nah, man, come on. Our people deserve more than just the last minute dish you and Puffy are doing about hold the black vote hostage. We're still trying to get people registered to vote in 2020. And you're talking about holding the black vote hostage. That's the wrong message to send our community.
Well, you know what? Speaking of the community, we want to hear from them. What's the number? 678-894-0026. Y'all can call in. We want to know what you think about Ice Cube's attempt to right the world.
See how this changes every time.
I love it.
Hey,
Glad I can contribute this
we for
week.
the community.
Oh, this is great. I mean, I love this, man.
We for the community. Community keys.
Blanche, you got a lot to say online. Would you give us a call? We love to hear your voice.
Who's that? Oh, yeah.
Blanche.
Tell her to call in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
call in.
Wait a minute. Let me make sure I turned it on.
Oh,
Here we go again.
I turned it on.
Here we go again. What's that number again?
678-894-0026.
Jill. Now, let's talk about
Uh-oh.
the elephant in the room. I'm just joking. I wanted to see your faces. They just start looking all over the place. Cornelius's
I
face.
didn't know. I didn't know.
I didn't know he had an elephant. Dumbo.
You know how you go, wait a minute, what I do? I done,
Make sure y'all still had a pulse. I'm just saying.
look what I do now. I done too much.
I don't think she was joking.
She
though.
wasn't joking.
She wasn't joking.
There is no elephant in the room.
Okay.
I mean, we could talk relationships if you want to.
You know how that
Let's
always go.
talk it.
We need to talk. Like, oh,
I
man.
mean, we haven't had a vasism in quite some time.
Yeah, I'm holding out on the vasisms.
See, women always holding out.
I had to get my life right.
Let them hold out, man.
I had to get my life right. Like, I can't be giving advice and I'm struggling.
So look, you holding out on vasism, and then when we get used to not having them, and then all of a sudden you want to have them, we gonna be like, no, thank you.
That just means when it come back, it's gonna be that much more powerful.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something. It is hard.
Yeah, that's what she said.
It is hard when you're dealing emotionally with stuff. It can be difficult to think creatively, but it can also be difficult to think subjectively. Since the pandemic, and let's get this straight: the pandemic and the killings of our brothers and sisters, it has been a lot emotionally. It was like I was on a roller coaster for a while, and I thought I was going to go into depression. Let me be real about it, and we could talk about that. I thought I was going to go into a depression because it was just, I'm an empath, and I feel I can walk into the room and feel when someone is down. And all I want to do in my heart, I don't have to know the person, is just to see them smile before I leave. And so oftentimes when I meet strangers, if I spend any amount of time with them, I try to get a laugh or a smile or just exchange pleasantries because I can feel weight of people and their emotions. And so when things started happening, or I can't say when they started happening, since these killings have been made more public and they've been happening right in front of our eyes, it was different at one point when we were hearing the stories. Our hearts were broken and we could just shake our heads in disappointment that justice failed again.
Yet
We are
again, yeah.
literally almost seeing these things happen in front of our face, and literally with George Floyd in front of our face. We have so many so much videotape footage out there. The gentleman that was killed with the hood on his head, and he was having a mental health breakdown, and they killed him, and they didn't release that for so much time. And I mean, there's so many stories. We could go on and on and on. Sandra Bland, Philando Castile. I mean, all of these people. Oh my gosh, Ahmaud Arbery. I mean, these things, because they're on the footage is there for us. It hit me in such a way that it has been difficult to think about, not think about love, but on the relationship aspect, thinking about how to make your partner happier, or yielding to your partner, or what it takes to be this with your partner, when right now my emotions are focused on the heart of the world. So yes, there has not been a Vassism, is my point, in a very, very long time, because Vass has been processing. And it's been tough. So
I appreciate your honesty.
yes, transparency
But on
is
the other
always key. But
on the other hand,
if you got a problem, I can get you right.
no.
I can get
But
you
I think
right.
that's important, though. I think people need to take time for themselves to get their own head right, because you can't deal with that if you're not addressing yourself and your needs.
Man, I just wanted to sleep for a long time. I'm pretty sure I put on some pounds because
We're not
of
going to talk about that.
my
though.
lack of
Pandemic
activity.
weight.
Yeah, and then pandemic. I got a little roundness going on. It's around, literally. It's around. But the spirit is still spry and active, and I'm willing to help you out. You want to talk about something? You got something on your heart you want to talk about?
Call in.
Relationship wise?
Call in. Nope.
Go ahead.
Not a.
He said,
I'm
call
gonna
in.
say
Nope.
Not one thing. Not now.
I'm good.
You know, me and my family, Silas, we trying to work on something. So
All right,
good.
Yeah, Sally, we're gonna not.
See,
No.
that's what you gotta be careful, because Silas, he'll go into hiding, and then all of a sudden, we gotta talk about something. It's like, oh man, I was eating my cereal.
what?
He want to talk when like you on the toilet.
Oh,
Let me talk to you, bro. Like
Don't you
right
hate, don't you hate
now,
family members like that?
now you want to talk. I'm trying to concentrate. This takes a lot of energy, and I want to make sure my target.
why we got to go this route in conversation? Like, how did
I didn't lead it there.
even,
me this time.
even Cornelius turned his head a little bit on that. Was like,
You
oh,
said Silas
You like-
and conversation.
What Silas like to do.
That's what I started thinking about. Cause
Silas got the hots for an older woman.
Silas old.
Silas is not old.
Silas is
in
old.
his mid 40s.
He got an old
Silas,
soul.
no, Silas
Early
don't
40s.
sound like he in his 40s. Silas like he about
Silas is
65.
in his mid.
Silas hang out at the
40s.
nursing home.
No, that's for a different reason.
with his
Okay.
heavenly hose.
He over there. Silas, I heard he was an inventor.
What?
Yes, I heard he invented the first G-string Depends.
Oh,
Really?
my goodness.
Yes.
I will have to talk to him about that.
Yes, I heard I was like, hey, I saw it. I was like, wait a minute. They got G-string Depends and
Well,
Silas.
he was talking about visiting the nursing home, and he said something about his heavenly bound hose.
Yeah, don't visit my grandma no more. We still can't find her teeth.
I think I remember when he went over there.
Still can't find her teeth.
I think I
almost
might
said
know.
something else,
I
Silas.
might know where her teeth are.
Just return the teeth.
They were in his pocket.
Just return
So-
the teeth, Silas.
I'll
Return the
ask
teeth.
him.
I need my grandmama teeth.
I asked him for a couple of dollars, and he went in his pocket and pulled it out, and teeth
Yeah,
came
yeah, I
out.
need
Now
the
I know who they belong to.
And tell her to bring the cup back too. You know what I'm saying? She had a little pimento cheese dish that she kept him in.
I don't think she'll get that back.
And
Something is so
You know,
wrong with
Silas
y'all.
is a bachelor, so you ain't getting that dish back. Them teeth, though, I'm going to text him later on.
Tell him I
Oh,
need the
shoot.
Something
I
is
can't text
so
him.
wrong.
well, I know
'Cause
whatever.
he got that
When
two-way.
you see Ty Silent, when you see him, tell him please bring my grandmama her teeth back.
I will let him know.
I'm tired of seeing her lips droop. She had the other ones rejuvenated for some reason, but she can't get them right there rejuvenated.
Oh, my gosh.
Hello.
Well, she got the other lips rejuvenated. That's probably why Silas has been hitting her up. No pun intended.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. I'm gonna have to have a
Yes.
sit down conversation with him. He's he.
I'm just joking, Mama.
You about to get a hit put out on Silas.
So,
Like, not my mama.
topic of the day. We getting back to our square here.
Silas going to nursing home, standing up in it. You gotta be from the country to hear. Don't worry, Dad. I need somebody to stand up in it.
Oh, Silas, I hope you're watching, man.
Oh man, I don't, cause y'all gonna be in trouble.
I heard Silas got a side chick. Well, I don't know because he's
So
single,
first
so
of
I don't
all,
know
wait
if it's
a
really
minute.
a side chick. It's just some younger. Well, it's a younger woman.
Wait, hold on.
Young tender thing.
For the listeners that don't know who Silas is, can you please explain? Because I know they're like, what are they talking about?
Silas is my uncle, and he comes in every now and then, makes an appearance. He is actually in his 40s.
Silas can't be in his 40s,
Silas
man.
in his 40s,
gonna
but he
make
hangs with older people, like in their
Silas
60s
can't
and
be in
stuff
his
like
40s,
that.
man. Silas
He's
sound
an
like he
old
about
spirit.
65, man.
Nah, he ain't 65.
65. Silas in his 40s. Not acting like that.
Silas is in his 40s.
I'm telling you
And
right
he's,
now, I catch Silas at my grandma's place again, it's going to be a misunderstanding.
He's a young man in your grandmama's life.
I'm telling you, it'll be a misunderstanding. I'm coming up here to stand up in it. I don't need to.
I will let him know Cornelius when I call him, because again, I can't text him.
Again, can
I'm
you
mad
please,
about
for
it,
the
though.
listeners, please
Hold on, before you say
explain-
I'm mad, I want you to tell them too. Because the bed rails on my grandma's bed don't work no more in the nursing home. You know, because they lift up
To
now.
lift up and lift.
Yeah, so they don't work no more. So I need,
Oh, gee.
me and Sally going to, I'm telling you, misunderstanding, man. It's going to be a misunderstanding.
I can only tell him what you tell me. I mean, I ain't got nothing to do with this.
For the people in the back.
I ain't
Who
about
is
to-
Silas to
Who
you
is
then,
Silas?
As you introduce him to all these people?
I don't know. We might need to do a watch party for Silas when he came in and visited.
Okay.
We might need to do it. Y'all be on the lookout for the watch party with Silas. He is the player of all players.
Is that what it is?
The player of all players. Yes. He pretty chill though. I mean, he has this thing for an older woman, but he's got a. When I say a young girl, mind you now, Silas does like them young. But when I
Yeah,
say
he
young
keeps
girl,
saying that.
this female that he's kicking it with is kind of almost around his age though. I done seen him out a
So
couple
wait
times.
a minute. So he likes them young, but the one he kicking it with is same age as he is.
Yeah, I think the young girls, you know, he keep money on them so he can attract the young girls and stuff like that. But who he has been spending his time with lately, she kind of around his age. I'm not sure exactly what's going on between them because
I can tell you
know
what's going on. The
he got a
stamina about the
thing.
same. That's what's going on.
But he got the thing. He got this thing for this older woman that is in her late 60s.
I know he love older women.
Yeah, yeah. I think he said her name was Roz or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Last time I talked to him, he said he was getting ready to go shopping for her. So.
Silas, I hope you catch worms.
Oh.
You remember how you remember you,
Oh, you done messing with
Wow.
old man. That was an actual saying. I ain't messing with no old man. He give me worms.
oh, where did that come
I
from?
had only heard that when I lived in South Carolina. I lived in Charleston when I heard that. I had never
Why
heard that
you
outside
told
of Charleston. Yes.
I heard it growing up the whole time.
Yes, messing with old
They
men to
miss
give
old
you
me to give you
worms.
worms.
People got some. What are some of those older sayings that absolutely made no sense whatsoever?
You got the sugar?
You got the sugar.
I mean, you got diabetes.
Old men to give you worms. I'll be dang.
That's nasty.
You know what's not acceptable now? I mean, that was back in the day. Describing homosexual gay people.
What do you mean?
'Cause back in the day, you had a hand signal.
You can't do that.
You were like, what's wrong with him? Yeah, with the whistle too. Hey, what's wrong with Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's no longer
Yeah,
acceptable.
yeah, that's no longer. I mean, I'm glad it's not, kid. Uncle Bobby never have any women around. What's wrong with Uncle Bobby?
There's the whistle Twitter in its early days. Like, what the heck?
That's exactly what it was.
That's what it was. It was. You used to do. I mean, I don't care who it was. Why he around all them girls all the time?
Y'all gonna stop that right now.
Oh, I think it's time for a dance.
How did he get to be choir director?
Just to be clear, it's not the hand movement. It's a combination of the whistle and the hand movement
they
at the
can't see the
same
hand.
time.
Okay,
That is
I'm
funny
doing the
to
hand
me.
move because I'm gonna do it here for now where they can see it in the.
I can't. Is it time for a dunce hat?
It is. You
Okay,
want to
'cause-
bring it in?
Woo.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready for all things stupid from across the world. Here's Cornelius George with your dunce hat.
Let's go.
Okay. First thing on the dunce hat today, we're going to kick it all right. Cynthia Bailey makes the dunce hat this week, everybody.
Why?
Cynthia Bailey got married this past week, and she had over 250 guests at her wedding during a pandemic shutdown. That is something white people do, Cynthia. They break the rules. You got 250 people at your wedding.
But I heard she took provisions.
Yeah, what provision you going to have?
Precautions.
Yeah, no provision she took.
They gave them all masks. They gave them
Oh,
all.
no, they all had face shields.
They all had face
Yeah,
shields.
they didn't wear them. I saw the pictures of them. They didn't wear the face shields.
Oh.
Because some women who wore it, you saw their makeup pressed against the face shield.
So their face was left on them.
Yes, yeah, they left something behind. I want to know how many people actually brought a gift to this wedding. Because, black people are notorious for not bringing a gift when they're invited to stuff like that.
Well, considering the caliber of people that she probably invited, she probably got gifts or money envelopes.
The next dunce hat go to
Here's a gift
a
card.
Louisiana pastor.
Louisiana?
Shout out to the bartender.
A Louisiana pastor,
Louisiana.
a Catholic priest from Louisiana, makes the dunce hat. He was arrested this past week for having a threesome on the altar with two prostitutes. I mean, not prostitutes, but two porn stars.
Really?
Yes, he had a threesome on the altar.
On the altar.
On the altar of the church with two porn stars. Yes, it was.
Did they tape this?
Yes, they taped it.
Okay.
Yes, they recorded it.
It's worth it now.
We sure this
Yes.
wasn't a
You know what?
spinoff?
I think I read that.
Yes.
Didn't one of the guys say he wanted to set it on fire?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he was.
Set what on fire?
The altar.
Yes,
That sound
he
like
gets
it
a
already
dunce hat,
did.
but part of me is glad. I feel guilty about it, but part of me, part of me is glad
Am I wrong?
that the pastor was caught with two porn stars,
Wait, two female porn
two
stars.
female porn
Okay,
stars,
to be specific.
and not
Choir boys.
yes.
I got you.
So I had
Got
to
your
give him
back.
dunce hat because he on the altar. I mean, who among us hasn't thought about doing something perverted with people in the church, but not on the altar?
Me among us.
Oh,
He said, "Who among us?"
You
Me.
ain't never thought about like, hey man, Sister Sarah looking good over there. I want to run my hand on the thigh.
I want to put hands on her.
Yeah, I mean,
Lame.
Sister Sarah, you like calling on the name of Jesus. Come with me outside in the parking lot.
Oh,
Parking lot ain't the same as the church.
It's not.
It's not, because according to the word, God said, upon this rock, let me build my house. He don't say nothing but build my parking lot. I'm trying to go to heaven right now.
And success, I don't know.
So he don't own the parking lot. He own
He owns
he
the
own
rock.
the church, the rock,
Okay,
not the.
So the rock
altar
is
is
the church.
set aflame. The altar is set aflame.
Yeah, so the pastor did that.
I actually gotta agree with you on that one, Cornelius. I'm glad it was at least two ladies.
I was really
I
proud.
guess
it
he
was two
really
ladies.
wanted an out.
Wow, really?
Well, he wanted to get out of his job. There's no better way to get out of that.
There's no better way to
If
get out
I'm
your
leaving,
Blonde Shell said, "I thought you were supposed to lay your problems on the altar."
He laid them down. He said, lay your burden down.
Laid
Sister
and
Gertrude?
slayed.
Sister Evelyn.
Lay your burden down on the altar. That can't be the worst thing that happened in the church. We just don't know about them.
They got something holy in them.
Wow.
What's next?
Were they anointed?
Wow. Apparently, sprinkled.
Is WAP mean to have a different meaning now?
Such as
Well, blonde.
Wet anointed parishioner? thought I wasn't gonna say it, did you?
I was hoping you.
Thought I wasn't gonna have it in me. I thought
You did it.
worship
Radio Kids Radio
anointed
Show Live.
parishioner. She's a worshiping anointed parishioner. That's the meaning of WAP.
Blonde Shell said he did that. LOL.
Oh, she's anointed.
Oh, woo.
She's anointed.
Is that a form of baptism?
Yes.
Just wondering.
All right, we got to do a couple more. The White House makes the dunce hat, which is not unheard of.
Yes, I was just waiting for that one.
Yeah, the White House, they have been citing some research about the herd immunity that they've been talking about. You know what I'm saying? How everybody should just not wear masks and do the herd immunity where everybody, like what people did back in the day with the chickenpox. They've been citing some research, but we found out some of the doctors were fake.
How does this happen?
Right.
In the White House?
In the White House, yes.
People don't get background check. How does
I'm
this
not
happen?
surprised. I'm not.
Two doctors that have endorsed the
we got a
herd
fake
immunity were signed by Dr. Johnny Bananas and Dr. I.P. Freely.
The nerves, the lies you
I'm
tell.
not. I wish it was. I checked it out. I'm like, wow. I went to more than one source and go, this can't be true.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Exactly.
How was this discovered?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I know they have to hate reporting news like this. They have to.
Like, you walking around and then you notice this and like, damn, I gotta say something there. It's gonna be all on me.
That's what she said.
We got a couple more. This one is kind of crazy to me. There's a pastor. I don't know why this one is all about pastor, because it's Wednesday Bible study, maybe. There's a pastor out there right now that is trying to speak against climate control. Well, he's speaking against climate control. He is saying that God intended for the earth to be a disposable planet.
What?
Yeah, God intended for the earth to be trash. So,
Wow. Wow. Where is he from?
Ohio. Ohio.
Ohio.
Yes.
He's high.
Oh.
I'm so
I gotta do this one. I don't know if I've done this one, but I gotta do it here. This is crazy. The church again. The Church of England.
This must be a religious.
This is a
church.
religious one.
that Wednesday
The
night
Church
Bible
of
study.
England has forgiven all the pedophiles who have expressed remorse and allowed them to continue working with children.
Do you hear the silence in the room?
Did you say you could let them continue working with children?
Yes, they allow. All you had to do was say you're sorry and we forgive you. The Church of England. That is normally the Catholic's job, but
I have no words.
and my last one of the day, a Liberian man drowned and lost his life.
Liberian man.
He lost his life. He don't get the dunce hat, but I had to talk about it. He lost his life trying to save $20 that he lost in the river.
I shouldn't be laughing.
He lost his life trying, and the friend who was with him told me he owed me $5.
I'm so done. That is disrespectful.
He lost his life trying to give me back my $5. Like, wait a minute, you knew his ass couldn't swim.
They were both high.
Cornelius, something is wrong with you. You find them.
All right,
We're not mad at you, but
shout out to the holy sanctified WAPs.
What aspiration?
the whaps.
Worshiping anointed parishioners.
Wet anointed parishioners.
Sister Sarah, bring your burdens to the pastor's office and lay them down.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about today.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Daddy. Pastor, pray for me, Pastor.
Spoken as a PK.
Pray for me, Pastor Daddy.
Pastor Daddy.
My father's the minister. Pray for me, please.
Sorry, Pastor Daddy.
Please lay out before God right now.
Oh, man.
Straight before God. That's hilarious. Don't cry. Cornelius, don't cry. Pastor Cavassier. All right, Punch.
Well, you know what? I want to do a special shout out.
All right.
Because we ain't going to have to, we ain't going to be able to say that until Sunday. But happy birthday, Vasir Serrano, the voice.
Yes.
I get a shout out.
That girl getting fine.
It's a birthday coming up.
It's
All
her
right.
birthday. I heard she was going, her friends are taking out to the club on Saturday.
Okay.
You heard more than I did.
What club you going to?
You know, I'm not going to no club.
Swinging Richards.
Wow. Swinging dicks.
It's a real club here in Atlanta.
Really?
Swinging Richards. Shout out to my gay brother who told me that. Shout out to my brother.
Big Shell, happy birthday to me. I don't know about the club thing. I don't know where Hershey got that from, because the way this COVID thing set up,
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just
you ain't getting me in
throwing
no
stuff out there.
club.
Really?
I didn't even get the invite, so I don't know if he's blowing no.
Well, shoot, I didn't get an invite
A
during my
surprise?
almost bachelor party.
Your almost bachelor party?
I had an almost bachelor party.
What?
You need to go back and have one.
The almost bachelor party was like, man, you should have told him. We would have had you one.
You did something, yeah.
It was almost. That's. Oh, go ahead.
I'm still stuck on this this almost bachelor party. What were you gonna say?
It was just, it was a thought. You should have told us. We would have set something up.
I'm looking for more investigation on this outing I'm supposed to have.
Elsa.
Oh,
Elsa.
Do I want to build a snowman?
No, let it go. Elsa. Let it go.
yeah.
Let it go, Elsa.
So bad. I'll go right into that.
Let
track.
it go.
Look, maybe it was a joke that went bad, but she was trying to ride this.
Yeah. No, let it go, Elsa. That's what we're going to say from this point on, Elsa.
Right.
Let it go. They're going to save everybody.
Somebody need to tell me something, because I need to know what to wear and what hair to wear. I need some information.
You ain't going nowhere.
We talking about the topic of the day. Things that are common now that weren't common 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Mask and COVID guidelines.
What?
Yeah, everybody was laughing at Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Speak on it.
You were mad at Michael Jackson.
He knew something.
How did he know he ain't even here? How you gonna tell us the future and you ain't in it to tell us?
Tupac did, according to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, you ain't here. Michael Jackson, I'm miss you, Mike, but could have hung around a little while.
No. Well, you know what? If Michael, okay, have you ever noticed some of our greatest artists, even in times of pandemic, had came out with some just amazing music?
How many times of pandemic have we had?
Well, I mean, Marvin Gaye,
Okay.
right?
What pandemic was that?
The civil rights.
Civil rights movement, yeah.
Not a pandemic, but
Actually, it was two.
time
okay,
of
okay, I
time
got you.
of
Unrest.
turmoil. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that's what I meant. As well as Janet Jackson,
Okay.
Rhythm Nation album. Right? You have some people that are Stevie Wonder, some real artistry that came out and they made music that just stirred the soul and keep hope inside you in order to just kind of maintain yourself through these hard times. We don't even have that no more. You got WAP
There are some
during
songs.
COVID. You got WAP during COVID.
There are some songs that are dropping here and there. Some of them are more on the independent side.
Oh yeah,
but
we do.
There are some songs.
Speaking of, see, I think we got something. Yeah, we do. Let's listen to one. Our favorite,
Yeah.
Tia P. This is called The Revolution by our favorite artist, Tia P. I want y'all to listen to it. And let's see if you're motivated. This is the Kiss Radio Show live Fubu Radio, Facebook Live, radio.com, and iHeart. Let's go.
Television ain't focusing my precision. My purpose been playing before Stevie had innovations. Innocence is a privilege and not a characteristic of human beings who've only begun to start living. I pray you open your eyes, fools. They stay swole from getting hit with that 1-2, sorta like these rhymes do. I'm doing better than better. I do great. I just hate when niggas confuse criticism with hate. Now these bars ain't for fun. I'm eating rappers in my sleep and use their bones for toothpicks to get they meat up my teeth. I wrote better 16s at 16 than half of these black artists could think or ever dream. The sharp tongue of a Malcolm when Martin Luther's dream. The White House, the new big house in 2017. Clowns belong in the circus, not in the oval seat. But some of y'all still wearing black paint with rosy cheeks. Yeah, the truth's starting to sting a little. Now you probably hoping that I just sing a little. They asking the T and P, just calm it down a little. But you wouldn't ask the riddler why he speaking riddles. Industry full of traps, easier to get ahead of what's in between your legs. Look like a sausage with eggs, but guess I'm too proud to beg. I'm coming through chopping heads, arms, hands, feet, and legs. No, I ain't playing with you, playing with you. My words coming out sounding like new scripture. Everybody talking head now, but who gon' listen? Or will you wait and just watch on your television? Such a prison. Perception has the power of camouflage and the proof. The only thing that scares us nowadays is the truth. Sometimes I feel like the only safe place is the booth. But damn it, how many boots gotta die till I get through? Your body can't move unless your mind says so. But I thought it's just a thought until the body says go. Everybody picking sides, the entree getting cold. I swear to God I want it all, but that includes keeping my soul. No. Can't fight it. No. Can't hide that. No. So don't try that. I'm not violent until you dock up on my island. No. Can't hide that. No. Can't fight it. No. So don't try that. I'm not violent until somebody hit a siren.
That's a great example right there. That is a great example right there. Give it up for Tia P with the Revolution. That's another movement, man. That's another movement, man. When she sent us this song, I just instantly imagined myself growing a fro, looking for a pick with the fist on it.
Hey, man. You know another really hot song that's about dealing with this time period now?
What's that?
It's called The Big Picture by Lil Baby. And I'm really hard on these rappers now, but that song there is a really nice one. I mean, it really is dope.
Is that the one you was in?
Nuh-uh.
Okay.
No, this is by Lil Baby. The one I was in by Da Baby.
Oh, there's so many
This is
babies.
Lil Baby. I know there's a bunch of babies out there.
So many babies out here.
Baby, Lil Baby, Dat Baby,
Stinky baby.
Boss Baby. Boss Baby.
Who's baby? That baby, my baby boss.
Mm-hmm.
According to this, I have a question.
Yes.
So this is something we were talking about earlier. This was actually off camera. Since DJ Hershey mentioned my birthday,
Okay.
Go, shorty.
you were saying that it drives you nuts about the Cash App thing.
Oh, I really do hate the Cash App. I really do. I hate seeing like when people on social media, they put out, hey, it's my birthday and it's here's the Cash App. I know you're in a pandemic and everything, but I really do hate that. And I hate it more when I see men do it. Like, here's my Cash App. Jimmy's like, well, who gonna send you some money, man?
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Go ahead.
Oh, here we go.
I'm going to do a commercial.
All right.
You want to hear it?
Here you go.
This is for real. This is real. Talking real stuff here.
Here we go.
I have finally decided to get a vocal coach for voiceover work.
What?
This comes at a price. It is my birthday. If you would like to contribute to my training for voiceover work, we're talking commercials, acting, corporate, industrial. Yes, that type of voiceover work, because I'm looking to eventually at some point in my life do this full time. My Cash App is Vassir Serrano, VASSIER SERRANO. It's my birthday. Contribute. $5 goes a long way, especially if 20 of you get together and give me $5. So, back to our regularly scheduled program. So what were you saying about
Sow
the
a
Cash
seed.
App?
Sow a seed in Vassir's Cash App, PayPal.
It's my birthday.
Put it all out there. You didn't put the PayPal out there. Venmo. Put it all out there.
I'm good. I do have the Venmo.
What was the Cash App again?
It's my name, Vassier, Vassier, Serrano. $5 goes a long way, and in this particular case, it's going toward my tuition for my vocal coach training.
See, women can
That's
do
my
that.
birthday
Women
wish.
can do it. If you do it,
You broke. Why what, you can't pay for your own classes, fam?
what dude gonna sit here and be like, "Hey, here's my cash app for my birthday"?
People do it.
People do. People
You
give.
know what? And it's interesting you said that.
People
'cause
give money to it.
When this pandemic really hit, and then you saw all of a sudden people that want to become DJs, they started putting their Cash Apps on there. I don't get it. I don't.
It's like, people who.
I feel like I'm walking around with the 10 cup.
It's the new church.
Wow.
It's the new church. I mean, I see comedians do it online, comedy show. Well, I understand because you're giving the talent.
That's
Online
an interesting
DJs were
analogy.
doing it. But think about it. It's like the new church. Pastors always, if you want to give, sow a seed, give it here. So online DJ would.
Don't say nothing.
Well, here you
Just
go.
give it
This,
here.
here my cash app. If you like what I'm spending, I don't give the radio station my car any money because I like what he's spending.
This is true.
But yeah, so it's like the new church. It's like, hey, the any way I can do this, I understand you got to make a living.
Pass the collection.
I don't like it.
I mean, for a DJ, isn't that payola?
It is, but hey, if you like the two songs I played back to back, drop me $3.50 in my cash app.
Well, I don't think it's payola, unless the artist is paying the DJ to play their music. I think that's payola. But in this particular case, you're providing a service, so you're actually getting paid for the service.
So it's more
That's
of
not,
a tipping.
yeah.
Okay.
No, because I think, it is. If you want, it's like you being on the street doing it.
Right.
You want people to do
panhandling.
that, yeah.
It's
So that's what. So you're online panhandling. That's
Yep.
what you are.
Vassier Serrano, Cash App today
I need
for
my
vocal
tuition.
coach training on a professional level. Would you like to hear this voice selling you your next BMW? I think you do. What about your next
I'm looking at my
vacation?
Cash App right now.
What about your next
Yes, I want her to
vacation
send
in
me
the
some
Grand
stuff I don't
Bahama
need.
Islands?
Yeah, she need to send me some stuff I don't need. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Will you do the voice like they have in the commercials now about Trump helping the black community? Will you do that for us? Okay.
It's a political ad. Yeah, I'll do that.
Trump with Trump. The best is yet to come.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Hey,
Allegedly.
pays the bills. Call me Ice Cube if you want to.
That's what it is. As long as they pay the bill, it don't even matter.
Do you think if somebody came to me to do voiceover work on a professional level and said, hey, here's the candidate, we want you to do a political ad, it's Donald Trump.
So
My profession is to do voiceover work.
got it. So why were people mad at what's her name, Chrisette Michelle?
Exactly, when
why
she
were people-
sang at the White
why
House.
were people mad at her for
It was an
collecting a check?
opportunity. Exactly. It was an opportunity of a lifetime.
But you want people to support Ice Cube for going to talk to somebody for free?
But I think, again, it was about his purpose of having her there. It wasn't that she was invited to perform at the White House. I don't know.
It's the same. The check is the check.
And then in its cancel culture, it is very, very interesting. Just because someone does not necessarily respond in the way that you expect them to. Now, I know that there are some extreme cases and some things that people really, really do. And it's like, you know what, I really cannot support that in the sense that it's something that's detrimental. But there are some cases where cancel culture is just, it's puppeteering.
So what if it goes against your
it's-
morals?
Huh? Well, I
Well,
mean, if
well,
it
I
goes
mean-
against your morals, I mean,
You got
that's
to
a decision
realize.
you got to make. Absolutely.
I think we got to realize that in the cancel culture, people who want, they are offended by something, they want to be the person to say, I got
did
this
it.
movement started to
Yeah.
get you canceled.
Right.
You're never going to make everybody happy.
Absolutely
So
not.
why, if you did it for your family and your immediate needs, you're going, hey, this is a check. You know what I'm saying? It's not against my morals. It's not hurting anybody.
Right.
Then do it. Well, we going to cancel you. Okay, well, then that's a choice you make. But then somebody's going to hire you and support you.
What was the comedian on SNL this past weekend who was talking about white women?
Bill Burr.
Okay, and he was talking about how they benefited from.
The woke movement.
Yeah, he
And
said,
they've made
Yeah.
it their
sit
own.
here and take the word lashing too.
And he broke it down so.
Oh, it was very.
I mean, it was absolutely brilliant. He was like, listen, and I, as a history teacher, I love it when people bring in history. He like throughout, he said for centuries, y'all have walked with us as we have done horrible things to humanity. Y'all have benefited from it. You rode around in the blood money, and now you want to go. Oh, it's so hard being me. No, it's not.
In
It's
your
hard
Gucci
being-
boots.
Yeah, it's hard being everybody else. I love it.
Interesting. I enjoyed it, to be honest with you.
Cancel culture is very big now. They cancel you for everything.
Everything. So, yeah. If
People with asthma were trying to cancel him.
with asthma.
Yeah, because of him. I'm the asthma cousin. Well, you need to tell your family member to wear a mask. That's what he was saying.
Right.
That's what he
you
was
safe.
saying.
Exactly. Keep you safe. People will find defense in some interesting things.
Shout out to Rick Moranis.
Wow.
That's not right.
That was
Hashtag
That was not right.
for Cornelius.
Yeah, that was. He said it. He said it.
I know. He said, I'm
couldn't
just
say
saying, man. He said that, man.
He
Wow.
was just repeating what he heard.
Yeah, that was horrible. I'm like, wow. I had to go. How many people had to go look up to see what happened to Rick Moranis after that?
I already knew.
I had to go look it up.
Oh,
I had
you
to
didn't
go.
know about him
I'll
getting
go.
punched?
Oh, wait a minute. What happened? I had to
I had
pause the
no
video
clue.
to go look it up. Go, oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. And the dude just walked away. Just walked away like ain't nothing. He strutted off like George Jefferson. Watch the video.
There's
watch
video
it.
of it?
Yeah, watch the video.
I didn't know that.
Go watch the video of this dude hitting Rick Moranis with the man. He hit him and just strutted away like George Jefferson, almost like with his arms just swinging. I was like, dude,
Was he on
Cornelius
drugs
will
or
see that.
something?
I don't know. Go see it. You're like, wow, that is. I mean, it's absolutely horrible.
Only.
I'm
This is
sorry.
where he said it was absolutely horrible.
It was horrible.
But I'm still
Cornelius,
laughing.
He started off like what?
He strutted out like George Jefferson.
His arms.
He did, man. It was horrible. I mean, I was like, wow, this is what our society has come to.
Yeah.
Things that are normal now.
Yeah,
that
our
weren't
society
normal
has
back
come
then.
to this where
Yep.
you just see people and you're going, oh, I mean, that is just.
I mean, we still had some horrible times, but there was still at least a little amount of respect. And
Yeah,
there were
yeah.
certain things you would not do in public.
No, it just wasn't. I mean, there are great people of all ethnic groups. There are great people of all ethnic.
I mean, like, you wouldn't see back then. Let's just say put a time frame on it. Say 10 to 20 years. You wouldn't see 10 to 20 years somebody being mad at somebody else and then throwing a table over just to make a scene.
Flipping a table?
Yeah.
You wouldn't see that on a television, but it happened in real life.
No. I mean, right now it's acceptable. Like this is normal, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think television made it normal.
Something you see now.
Well,
that's-
yeah, yeah, but just now, today is seen as
something
normal.
that's normal now that wasn't normal back in the day is helping people in need.
That's true.
We don't help people in need. We take our phone out and record it.
Well, yeah.
You can see a man drowning, and you be like, I want to be the first person to get 1 million views
Yeah.
of this tragedy instead of
Reaching out your hand.
reaching out,
So
going,
true. Putting the phone
let me
down.
help somebody.
Yeah.
That is the worst part. I think.
Well, you know what? In society and the way it's changed has changed that because when you thought you was helping somebody, you end up turning around getting sued because they find out you might have some money or something. Or even if you don't, they still trying to sue you. Well, I was dying. He dislocated my shoulder. Bro, you was stuck in a freaking
Right.
cement truck.
Right.
Would you
That's
rather
so true.
be stuck in some solid cement or be dealing with a dislocated shoulder that you can heal from? Which do you want? Or, I'm sorry, like Cornelius, I'm going to pull out my phone. I just recorded.
Just record it. I mean, that's what it is. That's the.
They can't get in trouble for that. Well, at least not right now. Another 5-10 years, you'll get in trouble for it.
When it happens to someone of notability.
Oh yeah. I
Right.
mean, if you got some notoriety, you.
All right, team. Closing remarks.
My Cash App for my birthday is Vassier Serrano, VASSIERSERRANO. Help support me in going to a professional voiceover coach so that I can further develop my speaking ability and get paid for it. Let's be real about it. You want me to sell you your next house or your next vacation or your next car. VASSIERSERRANO all over social media, but especially on Cash App. $5 goes a long way. Look at little Bijou here. I'm just joking. Cornelius.
My final thoughts are
VASSIER.
That's
Send
it,
her some
yeah.
money.
Send us some money.
Okay,
Now, my
so-
final thoughts are keep participating in the political process. Go out there and vote.
Absolutely.
If you haven't had the chance to early vote, go ahead. It is in Georgia until October the 30th. So go out and let your voice be heard. Let this be the year that you let your voice be heard. Tell your grandmama, tell your granddaddy, go get everybody of elder age and go out there and vote. That's my final thought.
All right.
Core DJ Hershey.
Well, my final thought is always the same. Please donate $5 at least to VASSIER Serrano for her endeavors as a voiceover.
She better take these classes if we give her $5.
If she don't take
She
these
better
damn
take
classes,
these classes. If she don't take these classes, you're gonna give everybody their money back.
I'm gonna take these classes.
I'm gonna tell you, you better land.
so serious about it now.
You better land these jobs and give us all shout out for these $5.
Look, somebody else got to hear this voice because it don't matter what it is around this house. Every day it sounds like a commercial.
He says things like, "Oh, baby, this is so good. You should try this with a little sprinkle of cheese on it." Oh, here we go with the commercials again.
Yes, every
Please help her get these classes so she can leave us alone.
These new chocolate brownies are very delightful, just with a touch of mint in it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, can you just eat the brownie a la me?
I'm gonna hire her to do the phone calls to my parents when their students are failing.
I would love to. Hi. This message is for Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson, your child is failing miserably in social studies class. We would like to have a conversation with you as soon as possible. Please dial 1-800-GET-YOUR-CHILD.
Get your child right.
Get your child right now to schedule your appointment. We look forward to speaking with you.
I love it. I'm telling you.
1-800-GET-YOUR-CHILD. 1-800-BEAT THAT ass. Spin the wheel.
1-800, don't be naked on the Zoom.
We can also go from I see the hamsters on the wheel.
Oh no, I'm just thinking something separate. Just a side note, that post I made, nobody's clicked liked on it. Not a one person. They're like, nope, we ain't touching it.
Okay, you know what? Let's put some momentum behind it. Tell everybody, go look at Cornelius George's most recent post.
Go check it out.
This is on what, Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. Go check it out. Nobody's clicked like on this post, which is funny because they like the other stuff I do. This one they go, nope.
It's like everything went dark on this one.
They're like, nope. The other one, oh man,
It was a dark post.
they like it, they comment it. The other stuff, they go, no, we're not touching this one.
I'm going to start taking everybody's gripe right before the show. And every show is going to be sponsored by 1-800, whatever the gripe is.
Yes, I like that. I love that.
Today's
That's
show is
perfect.
sponsored by 1-800, get your ass out the middle of the street.
1-800, what's your gripe?
1-800-FTK.
What is that?
F these kids.
We want to thank y'all for tuning in to the show today. We got Mix Show on Saturday, 4 p.m. this Saturday, every Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on Fubu Radio, radio.com, and iHeart. Yours truly be on the 1 and 2s. You don't know who will be in the house. Cornelius is lit right now.
1-800, wet, anointed parishioners.
We got to go, y'all. Y'all have a good evening.